Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and talk about Bitcoin on the weekly chart, remember this is not financial advice. It is for edutainment only. Additionally, when you find value at any time during this video, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let's take a look at one news item before we dig into the chart, and that is more adoption for Bitcoin as payment. Rio de Janeiro to accept Bitcoin for real estate taxes from 2023, and that's according to Cointelegraph. So, yay. All right, let's dig in and take a look at the crazy volatility we had today. This is Bitcoin on the weekly chart on TradingView. As you can see here, I did a video earlier today and finished it, uploaded it, and had to attend an event that I was helping host. So while I was there, Bitcoin did this pump here, and we'll go into that a little bit. So a lot of things changed when it did this pump, and so I wanted to redo this video so you can benefit from those changes. So Bitcoin was right here, but it was shorter, this weekly candle here. And then it pumped. It broke through it already broke through the symmetrical triangle resistance here. So that's bullish. Then it broke above the, 42.5K zone. That's bullish. And then the second wave, it broke through the 46K zone and topped off the day at 47.5K, and then retraced slightly a little bit. So right now it's right here. The position that it's here is critical. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. It's right here. It's really thin, the new one. So it was here, and then while I redid the chart, it printed the new weekly candle here. So it closed out with two bullish ascending weekly candles. So that's awesome. And then it's the third one's here. But look at this. This is really interesting. So there's a pink line right here. That's the 50-week moving average. And it finally broke above that and stay above that. Look at before here. This week, that was resistance. The 50-week moving average was resistance, and it just stayed under that resistance all this time until this week. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 weeks. That's 3 months underneath this 50-week moving average. So this is extremely bullish. In addition to that, you notice this gray bull market support band. It was in the middle of it, and then it broke above it. Anytime it is above this bull market support band, that's extremely bullish. The key here is that it has to maintain that position, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Here's the top of the Bollinger Band peeking down here. Here's the bottom. The top of the Bollinger Band right now is currently at 56.9, make it 57K. The bottom is at 32.9K. So it's got some wiggle room to move up and down. But the fact that it's up here above the 50-week moving average and above the bull market support band is extremely bullish. So that's really, really cool. And we'll go into other factors as well. But notice the volume here, though. This volume for this giant candle here, it's diminishing from the previous week. And that previous week was smaller than the previous week. So there's diminishing volume here. And that's a divergence from this price moving up. So I wonder if this move is sustainable. That's my biggest curiosity. What else? It also crushed through the highest trading level, price level here. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm gonna zoom back out so you can see better. Or if you zoom back out, it's no longer the highest level, but because things change. Let me go back here. So let's talk about some other items. Take a look at the indicators. On the indicator, we have the KDJ, the white KDJ line. All three lines here on the KDJ fanned up significantly, even more now than it was before. And the white J line ascended at a steep slope above the blue K and the red D line from 60.9 to 111.9. 60.9 was on this candle right here, this first white candle. So that's a huge move. And you right here is significantly above the start of the upper zone, which is 80. And so 119 is the record for this range, and I believe that's right around here. Yeah, it's right here, which is August the 16th of the week of the August the 16th, 2021. So it's really, really high right now. Okay, so let's go down a little bit more. Let's go down and take a look at the that it's not RSI. These two are flipped here. So hang on, hang on. Let me get this corrected here because these are pasted wrong due to a bug in TradingView. Oh, see, you see that? I click on this box here, but this box is highlighted. That's the bug. It's super annoying. Okay. We got that corrected. And let's move this up a little bit so you can see all of this. Okay. So down here on the MACD, another really interesting change here. The white MACD line curves up toward the red D line, and it crossed already too, printing its first bullish histogram bar after 17 bearish bars. So 17 bars here, these red bars, 17 of them. It finally printed a white one, but it's so thin, right? So thin, but the white line is peaking just above the red line. So bullish for now, but we'll see if that thin line will get crushed down again. So that's the key. We're only starting the week. We don't know what's going to happen yet. And it went from the white line went from negative 2,716 to negative 1,577. And I give that a bull, but with a star, because it's still early. Let's go down to RSI. The red RSI line right here. It turned up sharply, then flipped sideways. You can right here. Let me zoom in so you can see it. You see that? It went boop straight up and then sideways. Sideways is the sharp sideways movement. That's a concerning. But let's go back. So it went straight up and then sideways from 46.07 to 52.95. I gave that a bull with also an asterisk. Gotta remember all these asterisks. The aqua line did a similar move. It went from 4.036 million to 4.056 million. I gave that a bull, but remember, it also flanned out sharply right afterwards. The white MOM or momentum line trends up sharply, and it's still trending up. It went from negative 525 to 10,564. Gave that a bull, and that's still going straight up. It hasn't flanned out yet. This next indicator is the one some of you have seen me shown this and discussed in the past. And this is extremely bullish. This period right here, this since November the 22nd, the spot to derivative basis delta, I did a video on this. And it flipped, it's been negative since November 22nd till now. That's the long time. So November, December, right? January, February, March. that's like a whole handful. This is the longest negative period before it flipped. Here, I'll scroll for you. Do you see any other period that's where it's negative for that long? This is where, on this chart at least, this is where it started back in January of 2020. And there's no other negative period at the bottom here that's been longer than this period. And it finally flipped positive. When it flipped positive, I'll show you what happens. You see that here? It flipped positive right here. Guess what happened? Boom. Here it flipped positive. Guess what happened? Boom. So it's extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. I just can't tell you how extremely bullish that is. If this thing stays, we have a week to figure to see if this thing stays. If it stays, it's extremely bullish. I mean, like, you can go back and see all this stuff. Like here, it was down negative, and then it flipped positive. Guess what? Boom. So statistically speaking, this is a crazy move. The only thing that is missing from this whole period before it does a huge rally is that gigantic capitulation event when things just come crashing down so fast with so much volume that we haven't seen that. It's happened in the past. Every time we had a crash, a major crash, we had a major capitulation. We have not had that. And that's the only thing that's missing in this correction period. It's just so strange. But this is so bullish. Super excited about this right here. Whew. Okay. All right. So I gave this chart a bull because that's a very bullish move. I mean, we can all agree on that. Very bullish move here. I gave it a crab because what I think it's going to do is going to crab sideways this week, right around this area. Okay. In my opinion, this move is not sustainable, even though I'm so crazy about this indicator down here, the spot to derivatives basis delta flipping positive. I'm so bullish about this. I just don't think it's sustainable. I think this weekly candle is going to dip down here. And I'm not sure if this thing is going to go back down here. You can see like this period right here. You see that? It went positive slightly and then it dipped back negative. I think that's what's going to happen here. I just don't see how it can sustain this move and keep going up like it did in all these other times when it flipped positive. I just don't see it. So I gave it a bull, a crab, and a bear. So bull because of this move, a crab is going to crab sideways, and then a bear because I think it's going to go drop back down to around 45. I'm sorry, 45K. That's what I think it's going to do. So as much as I'm so excited about this, I just don't think it's going to hold. Okay, so let's take a look at some other charts. Here's Max Pain. Max Pain for the 28th tomorrow is 45K. Max Pain for the 29th is 45K. For April 1st is 41K. And this is a 1,000 move up. It was 40 earlier this morning. 40K early this morning. Now it's 41. And for April 8th, it's 43. So on the option side, this their betting is going to drop back too. Let's take a look at the heat map. This heat map is just for Bitfinex, and that's where the Bitfinex whale had their wall. Here's that 45K wall, and here's all that stuff above it, that giant wall. Price moved up suddenly. That wall absorbed the demand, so it sold out some, and then as demand, it sold to the demand. Demand continued to climb. The wall absorbed some of that demand, but it also moved up at the same time. It retracted back toward the top here, and then price kept climbing, and then the demand absorbed some of that supply from the whale, the Bitfinex whale, and they started going back further, and then price finally dropped as the demand became less than supply. And so that's where we are right now. And I want to show you that move because this whale did get rid of some of his or her some of their supply, but I'm curious about the whale here, the whale that bought all that stuff, or the smart money. Who bought it? Okay, I checked the LFG foundation, so Bitcoin Luna's foundation address, and it didn't change from this during this hour, so it's not them. Maybe they have another wallet address. Here's the overall heat map aggregated from different exchanges. You can see the move here, the up pump here, and something you want to pay attention to is this wall here. This there's a sell wall up here at 50, and that's gotten bigger because you can see how it went from bluish, like really fainty blue, to bright blue to yellow. So that's getting larger. But down here, this wall just came in. This buy wall right here at 34K just came in. Right there. Came in on roughly 2300 hour on the 26th. Just above that at 35K, there's a smaller buy wall there. Below there, 32K wall is still there. 30K wall is there. And 25K wall is still there. So interesting that this wall popped in. I'm curious how long they'll stay though. And for the as the price moved up, obviously more people gonna go along. So they did. They went huge. They went now. The difference in the cumulative liquidation levels delta showing much more long leverage, high leverage from 25x to 100x here at $9 billion on Binance in excess. Okay, excess. That's the difference between all these longs here minus all the shorts. That's the excess open interest. So guess what? Whenever it's around this price, this area of 9 or 10 or 11 billion dollars excess, price drops. That's why I don't think the move up is sustainable. I think somebody's going to take the counter position, push the price down, and then collect all the easy money down here. That's what I'm thinking. So with that, version 2 of this video, I hope it added value for you. And if it did, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section. Appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.